I wanted to go to Cuba for like 4 years now because I had an AP World History teacher my freshman year of high school who studied in Cuba for a couple years, and so like the entire class, like although it was supposed to be like world history, was Cuba focused, and so I've just wanted to go like since then, and then I got the letter in the mail and it was just perfect.
I think a lot of the draw was that, recently there's been a lot of changes with them trying to normalize the relations between the United States and Cuba. And previously I didn't know much about Cuba, so I thought, like, what better way to learn about it than actually go there and talk to the people and learn about the country, while I'm there, to get like the first-hand perspective. Well, each one of the students, our overview was urban sustainability, but then each one of the students got to pick their own individual topic.
I personally researched the special period in Cuba, which is kind of like their depression.
I studied natural medicines in Cuba.
I studied the Jewish population in Cuba.
So I chose the Cuban internet, which is pretty much vastly different than everybody else's topic.
So mine was how the normalization of the relations with the United States would impact Cuban education.
I actually got the opportunity to shadow a doctor in Cuba. The professor set it up, so that was awesome. We went to an actual Cuban hospital.
I got to go to a couple different synagogues and I talked to a couple Jewish people, and I went in with one research topic focus, a hypothesis, and then it totally ended up being wrong, which was even cooler. And I talked to some really cool people, including Fidel Castro's personal bodyguard, or his old personal bodyguard, who ended up being the historian at the biggest temple in Havana, which was really cool.
Just learning in a different environment where you're actually thrown into the environment and it's more hands-on. I think that's definitely an experience that that makes it much more realistic, much more applicable.
I could have just done all my research online. I could have gotten everything from the BBC or New York Times. It would have been a fine research paper. But the fact that you can talk to the people who actually deal with this, talk to the people who this will affect, you will get a completely different experience.